So, President Joe Manchin, coal baron, yacht lover, dork, weirdo, went on television this morning, Sunday morning, and said he will not be voting for the Build Back Better Act. It was originally that it came out that it would be shelved for the rest of the year. Now he says that it's just not going to happen. It's not going to fucking happen. So let's watch this clip, and then we'll watch Bernie Sanders respond.
I've always said this, Brett. If I can't go home and explain it to the people of West Virginia, I can't vote for it.
So again, 70 to 80%, depending on which provision of the act you poll, 70 to 80% of West Virginians, that is not Democrats in West Virginia, that's West Virginians, people that live in West Virginia, support the provisions of the Build Back Better Act. So what he is basically saying is, how can I explain to my donors, how can I explain to my owners how I could vote for this? He's not talking about the citizenry of West Virginia. He is talking about his owners. He's talking about your owners, the owners of this country who he's talking about.
And I cannot vote to continue with this piece of legislation. I just can't. I've tried everything humanly possible. I can't get there.
You're done. This is a no.
This is a no on this legislation.
Like, he sounds like he's talking about, like, his dead dog. Like, yep, my doggy done died. Yep, my doggy done died. Like, what the fuck is this? He's like, fucking, what the?
On this legislation, I have tried everything I know to do. And the president has worked diligently. He's been wonderful to work with. He knows I've had concerns and the problems I've had. And I've always said this. I've got
concerns. I've got many problems. I've got so many problems. What the fuck is this guy saying? I mean, again, like, let's be honest here. Like, we got to be really 100% real about
That isn't what it meant.
Well, what did it mean then? Explain.
It meant that it's indicative of low-resolution thinking.
The guy is a dumb fuck. Again, he is bought and paid for. This is not a human being, folks. You need to understand. This is like a I don't even want to, I was going to say a dog, but like dogs are cute and cuddly. Like, look at this dog behind me. There's a fucking, like, look at him. He's just laying on the bed behind me because he's so amazing. Dogs are amazing. But this is just a shell. This is like a fucking hologram, like, computer code. This guy has no empathy. He doesn't give a shit about your family. He doesn't give a shit about your kids. He doesn't give a shit about the climate. He doesn't give a shit about your roads. He doesn't give a shit about your water. He doesn't give a shit about anything. All he cares about is pleasing the owners. All he cares about is pleasing the ruling class. That's all he gives a fuck about. His entire role in the Democratic Party is to be this. He is the villain. If it weren't going to be him, it would be Cinema. If it weren't going to be Cinema, it was someone else, right? But this guy's role right now is to be the villain. And again, it's embarrassing. It's incredibly cringy. And again, I can't help but wonder why Pramila Jayapal took him seriously. Why did he think that this was, like, or why did she think that he would, like, change his mind? It was obvious he's going to vote against it. He's now officially coming out against it. Now, again, Pramila Jayapal, 3 days ago, said that she guarantees that the Build Back Better Act would pass. She said probably after Christmas, but it's going to pass. Unless Manchin changes his mind, which, again, I see no sign of that happening, but unless Manchin changes his mind, it seems like it's not going to happen. But yesterday, or rather the day before, AOC said that the Senate should force a vote of some kind on the Build Back Better Act in the Senate. And so Bernie Sanders is also going to say a very similar thing. Let's watch.
Legislation. I have tried everything I know to do.
Joining us now exclusively to react, the man managing the legislation, Senate Budget Committee Chairman Bernie Sanders of Vermont. So Senator Sanders, Chairman Sanders.
Can we talk about how, like, Bernie's, like, default face is, like, so, like, a straight line. He's just like I don't even know how to make that, like, mouth face. Like, like, does anyone notice that? Like, that's his default. Like, I can't do it, but.
Sanders, Senator Manchin says he can't get there. This is a no. He's tried everything. What's your reaction?
Well, I think he's going to have a lot of explaining to do to the people of West Virginia, to tell them why he doesn't have the guts to take on the drug companies and lower the cost of prescription drugs, why he is not prepared to expand home health care. West Virginia is one of the poorest states in this country. You got elderly people and disabled people who would like to stay at home or forced into nursing homes. He's going to have to tell the people of West Virginia why he doesn't want to expand Medicare to cover dental, hearing, and eyeglasses. I've been to West Virginia a number of times, and it's a great state, beautiful people. But it is a state that is struggling. And he's going to have to tell the people of West Virginia why he's rejecting what the scientists of the world are telling us, that we have to act boldly and transform our energy system to protect future generations from the devastation of climate change. You know, what's going on now, Jake, in Washington is the big money interests are pouring hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to make sure that we continue to pay the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs, that the rich do not start paying their fair share of taxes. And I would have hoped that we could have had at least 50 Democrats on board who have the guts to stand up for working families and take on the lobbyists and the powerful special interests. We have no Republican support. Not one Republican in the United States Senate or the House, for that matter, is prepared to stand up to the drug companies or the insurance companies or the wealthy. I would hope we would have had 50 Democrats. But if that is the case, then I hope that we will bring a strong bill to the floor of the Senate as soon as we can and let Mr. Manchin explain to the people of West Virginia why he doesn't have the guts to stand up to powerful special interests.
Oh, so you want to vote on it no matter what, even if...
Absolutely. Absolutely.
There it is, folks. Bernard... Whoa, what the fuck's happening? Bernard Sanders coming out, force the vote, he says. Isn't that incredible? What the hell? Anyway, CNN just totally fucking... I don't know what the fuck just happened on the CNN page. But anyway, so Bernie Sanders came out, said he wants to force the vote on the Build Back Better Act in the Senate. Now, I agree with this. This is going to be great. I would love to see Manchin vote no. See what happens. Call him out. Call out the fact that his daughter is embroiled in the EpiPen scandal. Call out the fact that he's heavily invested in coal companies. He's a literal coal baron, right? Why don't you, you should plaster that fucking photo of him sitting in his yacht with his little fucking drink while people are kayaking and protesting him on his, little yacht or whatever. Blast that all over social media, put that on television, right? If you're being interviewed, just pull it up on your phone and go when you have someone like this is Max the dog here on my phone. But anyway, that's what you should be doing. Again, and Joe Biden needs to be doing the same thing. If Joe Biden, apparently, according to reports, wants this bill to be passed, he would be doing everything he could. Where is Joe Biden? He's taking a nap in the fucking Roosevelt room. He's fucking, I don't know where the hell he went. So anyway, this is some pretty good stuff. And so I obviously am in favor of this strategy, and I'm endorsing Bernie in this instance, and I hope to see them forced to vote. I'm sure that they won't. I'm sure Chuck Schumer's too much of a little fucking beta bitch to do anything at all that's fucking interesting. And so we'll see what's going to happen here. It's probably not going to happen. Oh, but we need voting rights. Yeah, we need voting because apparently those are mutually exclusive, right? We'll see if Joe Manchin allows anyone to expand voting rights in this country. We'll see if that happens, because I don't think Joe Manchin's going to do that, but we'll see. But again, there's a ticking time bomb, the midterm election. It's not looking good for Democrats right now. Very, 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 very bad right now for Democrats. Right, their time to shine right now is already halfway over. And they basically have done nothing since the stimulus checks. And also, we should be getting more of those, by the way. Omicron's gonna fucking tear through the entire fucking country. Why don't you just, scrap all this shit and say, all right, let's do another $2,000 fucking dollar check or something? Hey, I'm just throwing that out there. This time last year, I remember Trump saying he was going to give everyone $2,000 for Christmas. That didn't end up happening, but I remember him saying that. So Joe Biden should say something like that. Joe Biden should say, I don't know, literally anything that's going to help out anyone, anywhere at all, at any time. I have not seen any evidence that that's going to happen. But again, not looking so good. Not looking so good for the United States of A.